Hello grade 6, welcome back to another video. This one is for Bible class. Today I introduced in class the OQAA method, and that is a way of studying the Bible that is simple, that is meaningful, that can be something that you direct based off of interest. And so I'm going to just give you another overview explanation of how to do it so that if you're working on this at home and you have a question, you can go automatically to this video and have your questions answered here. So step number 1 when you are completing this is make sure you read the entire verses, and all the verses are located in these different boxes. So start now. There was a Pharisee named Nicodemus, right? Go all the way down past all the boxes to the very end. 21 verses. Not too bad, I would say. Okay, now after we get to here, we go back to the top, read it again, and you're just looking at the first box here. And then after you're finished with the first box, first row, all the boxes in the row, then you'll go to the second one and the third one. You'll just repeat the same process. But the purpose of this is for you to gain a deeper learning and understanding of these verses. So, starting with the O box, observation. You need, and it has 10. So for these 4 verses, you need 10 observations. And again, for these ones, you'll need 10 observations. And for this box, you'll need 10 observations. And for this box, you'll need 10 observations. It's very doable. It's not very hard. So an observation is something you notice, something that is coming from the text. It's a lot like reading comprehension. So if somebody asks you, if you just read a book, right, who is the main character and what was the conflict? Right? You would know that because you read the book, right? These observations. I observed that Nicodemus was the main character and his conflict was not knowing if Jesus was reliable or not, right? I don't know if this is what it, right? It's just the observation. So, starting with verse 1, right? I need 10 observations from these 4 verses, okay? I could say Nicodemus was a Pharisee, okay? Jesus, he came to Jesus at night and said, Rabbi, we know what you are teaching, that you are a teacher who has come from God. So, what I would say is Nicodemus is a Pharisee. Nicodemus says that Jesus came from God. Okay. He also says, right, performing signs can only be done by someone who is sent from God. Right? Jesus wrote, truthfully, no one can see the kingdom unless he is born again, right? Jesus talks about, another observation, Jesus talks about being born again. How can someone old who is born, right? So you just take these things, 10 observations, right? There are Pharisees, right? Jesus is being said that he is from God, right? Nicodemus is coming to him and he is a leader of the Jewish council. Right? Those are observations. Just what is this? What is it saying? 10 observations. Then, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We go to 10 questions. Okay? Now, you can take your observations, you can take your question and your observations and make them all into questions, or you could just read it again and say, oh, I have a question. I don't know what a Pharisee is. So, what is a Pharisee? Okay? Nicodemus, right? Nicodemus, who was a member of the Jewish ruling council. It's like, what does it mean to be on the Jewish ruling council? Right? He came to Jesus that night and said, Rabbi, right? Maybe, what is a rabbi? What do rabbis do? Who are they? Right? How do we know signs are from God? Right? Jesus replied, truly, what does it mean to be born again? What is the kingdom of God? Right? How do we know what is truth? What are signs of someone who is from God? Right? All these questions, you can use some of the ones that I said. Once you've written 10 questions in the 10 question box here, you'll highlight one that you really don't know the answer to and that you want to answer. And then you highlight it and you bring it here, copy it, and you paste it into the answer box. And you'll take one question of your 10 and you will answer it. However, you will use a full paragraph, so 5 sentences or more to answer this question. Okay? And you have to use the Bible to answer it. Okay, so you need to go, right, if you're saying, like, what does it mean to be born again? You know, I'm going to go to Corinthians 4, verses 17, right, where it says this, and blah, blah, blah. And that means when we're born again, We are dead to our old self and born into righteousness with God. I don't know if that's what it says in Corinthians 4, but that's an example. And so you're using the Bible to answer the questions. You're not going to Google, asking your question, and then copying and pasting the first thing you read there. That will not do a sufficient job. You need to think about it. You need to use the Bible to answer your questions, 5 sentences or more. And then you're finished with this box. And then you do it again. 10 observations from these verses, right? Why does he compare it to the wind, right? Those 10 questions. And then one of those questions you answer. So by the time you're done, you'll have 10 observations in each box. So that'll be 40 observations, 40 questions. And you'll have 40 questions that you answered. And then, once you're finished this, you'll have a couple of days to work on this. So don't feel rushed. Then after this, there are reflection questions, okay? When you realize that Jesus came to die and that he gave himself for that purpose, does that help you understand God's love for humans and you? Oh, I think there's a word missing on the end there. In what way does that help you understand God's love for you individually? So answer those 2 questions in 5 sentences or more. And again, the next question as well. Once you finish that, you have completed the assignment, and we will do this again for other ones, but this is the first one, so I want to give you a little more time to practice and a video to explain what to do. Okay. Remember, your answer is always 5 sentences or more because you are big kids now.